Alright guys, welcome back to week 6. Message from deep space. Starting off right where we left. There was a message for us. Let's see, I just noticed it's the missing piece. -9. Signal cost me $20. But you know what this means, Batista? Happy dictionary, happy life. I don't understand you two. We have our last number. Our last... Well, not last, but this fills our missing dictionary piece of having a -9. Let's try and think about what this could mean. You know what? I've been finding it helpful to just put question mark first and then working backwards. You know what? Let's look at our formatting again. Let's... Will that look any better? Try that. Or is that still kind of messy? You know what? I think that works for now. So 2 and 2 something equals 4. But we already have multiply, so it's not multiply. So 2, 3 equals what? 8. Is it power of? Could that be? Dictionary. Right? Because 2 to the power of 3. So 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. 2 to the power of 4, 16. Right? Yeah. 3 to the power of 2 is 9. 1 to the power of 2 is 1. Yep. 0 to the power of 0 is 1. Yeah, I think that's correct. It's been a while since I've had to do these, but so 5 to the power of 2, so that's what? 5 times 5 is what? 25? You know what? Let's try that out. Make sure it is power of. Make sure that makes sense. Yeah, okay. Let's change that to power of. So what to the power of 3 equals 64? Geez, again, it's been a while since I've had to do this kind of math stuff. Let me think. Go to the calculator. Let's say, I guess we can just try it, right? So what's 4? 4 times 4 is 16. So what's 16 times 4? That sounds kind of correct. Multiply. 64. Okay, so it is 4. Got close. Got kind of close there. Okay, what do they have to say? Okay, new tab. Batista? Think you can tell us exactly what's in the update? Oh, no. What? I found the update. Left side, info display, whiteboard tab. See? Now that would have been so difficult, Batista. Why is it so difficult to find it? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not worth 3 seconds to say that. I'm a busy man. Oh, you dreadful, dreadful. Alright, so what do we have? We have a whiteboard now. This is interesting. But hello. Go. Undo, clear. Okay, very cool. And what do we have here? Okay, I will say the sequences... Go back. Because the sequences really does break our... it really does break our pattern, doesn't it? Let's put this back to the line afterwards. Recompile. Okay. The variable 0 to the power of 2 is variable 1. Let's test that. Sequence. -2 to the power of 2 is 4. Yeah, that makes sense. So this would just be 2 and 4, right? 2 and 4. Keep going on the pattern. 0, 1, 2. What's 2 to the power of 2 is 4. Okay, not totally lost yet. Hey Batista, can you do something for us? Or for me, really? The Batista request channel is currently open. You think? Oh, it is just closed. I apologize. What? The request channel. I'm afraid it was just closed. Oh, you son of a... Acres, the transcript. Be mindful of what makes it into the log. I was going to say, Dr. Batista, our dearly beloved son of a computer... Blah, 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 blah. Jeez, I can't talk. Maybe it's the aliens. I was going to say is Dr. Batista, our dearly beloved son of a computer programmer. I think we are in service of an info tab. My father was a physician, but I'm listening. Huh, didn't picture that. Anyway, I want a tab for viewing different mathematical constants, scientific formulae, what have you. A reference tab of sorts. Past few transmissions, even I was a little stuck. Can't imagine how you, Collins, or Dr. Bees felt. Humble as ever. So, what do you think? You occasionally have a good idea. It doesn't feel like a compliment, but I'll take it. Yeah, I kind of agree. Some of these I'm getting a little lost. But let's see what we're looking at here. I have to remember the difference between the underline and the negative. It can be a little confusing. Should we go back to saying gap? But I don't love the underline. It's still the best we have. I'll have to think about that. Maybe should I do pound sign? Maybe would that make it any better? Let's see. Recombine? Is that more or less clear? You know what? I think that works. I think that works. I like it. Okay, so variable 0. This is a long one. Variable 0 minus 1 squared times 2 minus 1 equals variable 1. Let's think about this. Alright, so negative 1 minus 1 is negative 2. Negative 2 to the power of 2 is 4. Times 2 is 8. Minus 1 is 7. Negative 1 and 7. Okay, so we're doing this the right way. So what? What are they looking for? So 0, 1, 2. So we're looking for 3. 3 minus 1 is 2. To the power of 2 is 4. Times 2 is 8. Minus 1 is also 7. Does that make sense? We're gonna find out. Nope. Okay, let's go back. What did we do wrong here? 0, 1, 2, 3. We're looking for 3. Oh, I'm sorry. 3 and 7. Let's do the formatting properly. And I still put 2. Let's try that again. Okay, just had to think about it. Alright, so variable 0 to the power of what equals variable 1? Alright, so 3 and 27, 2 and 8, 1 and 1. 0 and 0, 1 and 1, 2 and 8. So what is it? 4? Right? Because 4 squared. I'm sorry, not 4. 4 times 4. Is it 3, right? 3. So look at the calculator, make sure. It's to the power of 3. So 3 and 2. I'm sorry, other way around. So 2 power of 3, 8, then 3 to the power of 3 is 27. Okay. So variable 0 is what? 3. So that's cubed. Cubed, if I'm using the right terminology. So what to the power of variable 1 equals variable 1? Or variable 0 equals variable 1. So it should be we just look at 1, right? The 8. Test that pretty easily. So like 2 to the power of 8 I'm sorry. Other way around. 8 to the power of 2, right? Because we're looking for what? The variable 0 is the one at the top, if I'm representing that properly. That would be 64. And then again, we can test this. This becomes 3. We get 512. Yes. That's 8. Oh, perfect. Alright, what else we got? More math problems, just what we needed. We're discovering the new frontier of our species. These are baby steps. Must have patience, Acres. I know, I know. When I pictured Discovery, I didn't picture this. I picture Magellan circumnavigating the globe, Lewis and Clark trekking to the west, Darwin riding a tortoise at the Galapagos Islands. Last part never happened. But you get my point. All that Discovery is adventurous, taking action, it's going somewhere. Then there's us. What is us? What is that exactly? 4 people in a small room, staring at a computer screen, solving math problems. That's true, but have its own sense of wonder and adventure, you know. I mean, this is clearly 21, right? So 1, 21. I'm sorry, other way around again. Then it'd be 2. Would be 41. Oh, I'm sorry, they just want what it is. I'm already getting ahead of myself. So because we're looking for, I'm not sure what the terminology for this is properly, but we're looking for the top number, right? So if you imagine, usually when you're writing something like this, it'd be like 2x, right? So we're looking for this number. And then if it's a 1 to the power of something, I don't know. See, I'm already screwing it up. It's the other way around. We want x to the power of 1, right? But since to the power of 1 is just itself, it's just 21. I have it right in my head, but I'm explaining it improperly. That makes sense, though. Okay, nice, nice, nice. Alright, we're getting pretty complicated here. Dr. Akers, I assume you know the tale of Newton discovering gravity. Sat under a tree and an apple hit his head. Said, hey, that hurt, but why did it fall? Formulated gravity and altered the course of human history. Was there anything adventurous about that? Not in the same way, no, but still inspiring. He had his epiphany. A mundane place under the shade of a tree. A place familiar to most everyone. The magic is that when the apple landed on Newton's head, the first one to ask why. Made meaning of it. What's your point? What we're doing right now, Akers. Sometimes discovery looks like sailing the seas or climbing mountains. Sometimes it happens in rooms like these. This translation, we are making meaning. Meaning that will alter the course of human history. True. You know what? She's very insightful. Alright, so I think we're looking for a similar thing. Similar thing here, so we just want the 1. The 2.71828. But let's be sure, let's be totally sure. So 2.71828. So far that tracks. Let's be sure. So let's go to 3. 8.85 rounds up. Okay, perfect. Oh, you know what? Is it because they're rounding to base 8? No. Something's interesting there, but okay, so we're just following our same thing. 1 is the answer, so 2.7. Oh, what? We can copy that. Paste it. Oh, yeah. Nice. Fantastic. Oh, now we're getting interesting. Is it just me, or did that transmission absolutely stink? I suspect that the meteor's testing our problem-solving abilities. Maybe. Maybe? What's it to you? Euler's number. What? Oh no, how could I miss that? Euler's number. Approximately 2.71 is Euler's number, commonly referred to as E. Mathematical constant that describes continuous growth. Oh, interesting. It's a big deal to nerds like Batista. Nerds like me. Another universal constant. They're throwing us a bone, something familiar to us, Like pi. Maybe we'll see pi later. Interesting. Very interesting. And I did notice in the clipboard. Oh, maybe not. I just saw they had pi as representing the clipboard. Maybe that's what it is. So what equals 0? Oh, I see. So variable 1 plus variable 0 equals 3. I might need an idea for this. Let me think it through for a second. The variable 0 plus variable 1 equals 3. So what equals 0? So they're saying something in this equation. Oops. Or they're saying what would equal 0 if we plug it into this equation. I mean, I guess the answer would just be 0. Right? Because 0 plus 0 equals 0. Okay. I was overthinking that one a little bit. That's what I thought. That's why I had to be sure. Alright, so what equals 0? Okay, so they're asking what equals 0 if this equation. I don't have a clue. Dr. B's, anyone? Ideas? Struggling to make any sense of these equations. The meteor's graphing something. Meteorite. Shove it. Team, how do we respond? The first 3 signals tells us how to continue like last transmission. What equals 0? I hate not understanding a transmission. Me too, but the meteorite's giving us the go-ahead, right? What equals 0 must be their way of saying, who cares? Carry on. Suppose, but why include a transmission to skip in the first place? Who knows? Interesting. So they're saying, or, let me think this through. What equals 0? So they're saying, they're showing us that what equals 0 again. And if you notice, they did that a couple times here as well. So 1, 2, 3 transmissions had the same starting message. I wonder if it'd be similar here. So what equals 0? So variable 1 equals 1. Okay, so we know that to be a fact. Variable 0 to the power of 2. Alright, hold on. Let me think about this. Something is not showing up right in my brain. So variable 1 equals 1 equals 1. But that's not necessarily a distinct message. Because we only have one spacer. Notice how this has 2, right? Equals 1. Equals 1. Oh, I see. So it's a 1 minus, because of this minus sign, variable 0, the power of 2. And then you take this answer, the power of 0.5. Let's think about this. Oh, and perfect. Then they give us a sequence to test our theory. So if variable 1 is 1, wait a minute. What's it giving us here? Let me comprehend. Look at this. Variable 1. So what equals 0? Variable 1 equals 1 minus 0 to the power of 2, power of 0.5. Sequence. There is no sequence. Or is that what they want us to produce? Sequence? Or are these plots? They're saying these are plots on a graph? Is that what Batista said? Hmm. We don't have any numbers. Oh, but we just say what equals 0. They're asking what equals 0 is 0. So what is that graph? Interesting. Okay. So they're initially asking what equals 0, and that the rest of it is just something they're telling us. Oh, wow, look at that. So this is it. The rock in our window to a world completely foreign to this planet. Apart from the right side with the transmitter, it looks like any old Earth rock. What? No, it doesn't. Got a fusion crust, the dark exterior, shell created by the meteor melting as it entered our atmosphere. This is the last layer that didn't burn off. Pools to form the crust. You don't see that in any old Earth rock. It'll be volcanic, no? Absolutely not. You see those dimples all over the rock? Those are regmaglyphs, where bubbles of molten rock carve divots into atmospheric entry. Fine. This thing walks and talks like a meteorite. It's even got the meteorite smell. Sorry, Dr. Akers, you can smell meteors? No, I made that part up. It'd be cool if I could, though. There's a computer in there. Yep, something in there is sending and listening for our radio waves. We haven't cracked it open because we'd like to avoid breaking said computer. Still, we've taken samples of the rock and conducted non-destructive measurements, though it is killing me to know how the computer in there isn't smashed from the landing. It's interesting because it's exposed as well. What are those veins on there? There's like veins of, maybe it's ore or maybe it's part of their technology. Internal material they invented to absorb the impact. Man, I'd love to get my hands on that. Just imagine the applications. Then you're collecting samples. Seeing chondrules in the cleaved portion on the left there. So that must be those veins I was talking about. How dense is this rock? Finding it to be around 3 grams per cubic centimeter at most sites. And when measured by specific gravity, 3.12 from our best reading. Walks like a chondrite. Wax like a chondrite. Must be a quandrite. A chondrite? Chondrite? I don't know. Tell me, how much iron is baked into this beauty? Fairly low. It's pretty lightweight. Nickel? About the same. Help me follow. We call it a chondrite because it's got pecan. Got chondrules? Tiny rock grains. There's no geologic activity has transformed it. Likely wasn't ever part of a planet or moon. It's pretty typical as far as space rocks go. Well, aside from the LDO radio transmitter. Walk me through the iron and nickel. What's that tell us? This low in iron and nickel, it's an oldie. Stars fuse atoms, starting from hydrogen and helium to make heavier and heavier atoms. Eventually, we'll get to heavier elements. Think iron, platinum, traditional metals. Then stars explode, run out of fuel, collapse, whatever, expelling their elements somewhere else, only for it to come along and make a new star. Now here's the trick. The new star takes those heavier atoms to start and makes even heavier elements. So each step, younger stars make heavier atoms which form heavier rocks. So if we're low in iron, it means we're looking at an early universe primitive. Baby's been floating around a while. So someone made it into an interstellar carrier pigeon. That pigeon flew to us. What are the odds? Can't imagine the odds. Over a month on this mission and it remains simply incomprehensible to me. Outer space gets like that. Incomprehensible. Whatever the odds are, however incomprehensible it may seem, we receive this message, this gift. Can't help but feel gratitude. I think it's early to call it a gift, right? I mean, we're not careful. Who knows what the aliens' intentions might be. Maybe I'm just being paranoid, but you always gotta wonder. You always gotta think. Translation team, I'm glad you could all finally see the meteor for yourselves. Yeah, very cool. Very cool. Alright, well, I think that does it for week 6. We have 10 transmissions. Found one word named power of. 74 total transmissions, total words 13 so far. We completed exponents. Exponents, that's what it's called. I could not think of that word for some reason. And No clue. Yeah, that was an interesting set of group of transmissions. Batista said it was graphing something, so maybe we can kind of combine the plots there into something. I don't know. Status. Oh, it sometimes slips my mind what we're doing. Setting eyes on the meteorite for myself. Help remind me. Batista says there was a computer in that rock, somewhere inside. This guy's pretty simple, but you know, I like him. I like him. Gary says, Dear Diary, finally laid eyes on the meteor. Been the other side of the wall trying to make sense of every utterance, every transmission, every frequency. I have seen the meteor herself, our only window to a civilization residing somewhere deep in space. Doppler says, been working with the materials team on the meteor for the past 6 weeks. Almost grew numb to how remarkable it is. Glad I was finally able to show the translation team. It'll remind me what this is all about. You know, Dr. Bees, he's like, dang, bees. And, yeah, we can check our notes. We can check our work on that power of and see if we're right there. And boom! Wow, Act 1 complete. Awesome. Act 2 begins. Math, our common bond. I guess that was Act 1 was math. Makes sense, because you start with stuff that you can make sure you both have, right? There's universal constants like we talked about, math, basic stuff like that. And then I wonder if we'll truly start getting words from the meteor at some point. Yeah, very cool, very cool. And wow, 2 new signals right off the bat. Yeah, we'll take a look at that next time we get into week 7. Thanks for watching, y'all, and we'll see you next time.